Okay, everybody can see. Yes, you can see. If there is any trouble, you can raise your hand or speak in the chat. I will try to speak slowly because my French accent can be sometimes hard to understand. The subject of the webinar is to give you insight about in-house aligner with what I learned on two continents and three countries. For the one who don't know me, I am Dr. Nicolas Sales. I train as a GP in France and as an orthodontist in Maidon, Thailand. And I work in Cambodia, Vietnam, and France. In all cases, it was for a big structure doing mostly, a big proportion of adult patients. If you look at my early training from the start, I was focused about adult treatment and in-house, both for lingual and for aligner. And in a lot of this training, you see, I was going with the technician. It was not me alone. Because from the start, I understand that in this region, if you don't control the lab, it's kind of difficult to make adult treatment, aesthetic adult treatment. Okay, since a few years, I started to give a lot of course and conference, really a lot. And usually people ask me to speak about mostly about aligner, but also a little about lingual and basic orthodontic. My in-house characteristics, so I do a lot of aligner for other clinic, not only for my patient. So I am not the one who evaluate my result. It's the clinic who look if the results are good economically and clinically. And I have a lot of high demand patients and high demand clinics who have options. Like all the clinic I work with, if they want to work with Invisalign, they can work with Invisalign. Okay. And why should you listen to me? But because in fact, my working conditions are the same as yours. Like in Vietnam, the GDP per habitant, it's under $5,000. In Delhi, it's above $5,000. We are in the same range. Whereas when you look at someone working in the US, Europe, or Korea, the GDP per habitant is between 80 to $35,000. So that's the economic equation is not at all the same. Also, the malocclusion are not at all the same. When you are in Asia, Southeast Asia or South Asia, you have a lot of big crowding, missing molar, protrusion, class 3, these kind of things, which are not frequent at all when you are in the US, EU, or Korea. So the aim of the tips I want to give you today is that for in-house to be success to have success, it must be financially and clinically. So I will give you laboratory tips which are about financial success. Sorry, I have something. Just sorry for the interruption. So the laboratory tips are more about the financial aspect, which is very, very important. And the clinical tips are about predictability, which is both about the clinical aspect to have result, but also the financial aspect, meaning that if you choose a bad case clinically, you are going to lose money, even if your lab is very good. So let's start the journey. Zero idea. Okay, sorry, it must be some miscommunication. When I started to work, it was in Cambodia, and in Cambodia, I had two phases. So the first phase was aligner work only for simple case. They are expensive and inefficient, and there is no economic future with aligner. Meaning, I was not thinking that you cannot do aligner. I was just saying I don't see how you are going to make really money with a liner, especially with the evolution of the market. So at one point I did this post who had a lot of success where in fact, reality, like when you do an Invisalign case, and this is true whatever country you work in, India, US, France, usually the one who make more money is Invisalign. It's not you. So I see no point working with a company who make more money than me when I use them. So when I started to work, I started to do lingual because lingual you can do all the case, and the case I had were kind of difficult. So multiple extraction. I still cannot do most of this case with a liner, but with lingual, you work a little on the chair, but you are able to do it. And my trouble was the finishing was not easy with lingual. So also I did case with 2D. So 2D it was nice because it was cheap and comfortable. But bending the wire on the chair was kind of a little complicated, very complicated, in fact, to be honest. And the finishing was even more complicated. So I did a few cases, but it was more for fun than anything else. Then there was a second phase in Cambodia. It's when the hospital I was working with was Rumchang decided to invest heavily into 3D setup. So the full package, scanner, printer, software, training in Germany. So it was a good opportunity. But me, I was not interested for the aligner, but I was interested to use the system for lingual. When the system was bought at the time for doing aligner. And why I was not interested for aligner, it was very simple because for me the dream was you move the teeth on the computer, that's very easy to understand. You 3D print, you do the tray, very easy to understand. You give the tray to the patient, and you will do everything with a liner. Don't use braces anymore, and you are going to be rich because you are going to do Invisalign at a very cheap price, and you will be the king. So that was what was sold to orthodontists at the time, which can still be sold, in fact. And my trouble was this with this was that I was seeing nothing like in the US at the time. They already had the full things. They already had the scanners, they had the 3D printers, they had everything for several years. And on the orthodontic groups, I was seeing only posts about material and software. And I was seeing zero clinical case, but it's not an exaggeration. I was seeing zero clinical case on several groups. And no dentist sharing success, explaining success story, explaining, oh no, I do a liner, look at this case, look at that case. So I say, okay, it's not working. There is something that is just not working. But for me, for lingual, I was very happy to use it because I was able to do things like this, where I was scanning my model with braces. I was doing the setup, 3D printing the setup, and I was using the 3D printed setup for bending the wire in the lab, which was a lot easier than trying to do this in the mouth of the patient when the mouth of the patient, when the teeth in the mouth were still with malocclusion. So that's when I started to have this kind of result where I was very happy. So you see, 7 months, and it's not so much the time of treatment; it's the fact that my work was relatively minimal compared to before. Here I had something like I can really use it with many patients without having to spend 1 hour on the chair each time. And I'm really very happy with the result, labeling at a very low price. Uh, so I was happy with this. My only trouble was still the finishing of the case was still kind of complicated. Then I decided that for my doing my lingual, it will be nice to use to have a 3D printer in my apartment to print my setup myself and to bend my wire in my apartment because the 3D printer of the hospital was often busy and I had to wait. And when I bought my FDM printers, which at the time was very cheap, was $700 and you have to assemble yourself. When at the time 3D printer it was $10,000 with everything it was around $10,000. And a French dentist, because I was also on the French group, told me, "Oh, you can use this for a liner." So I was a little dubious, but I say, why not? I tried. And it changed everything because at the time, we are speaking 9 years ago. 9 years ago, when you had a dental 3D printer, the cost for printing one arch was between $7 and $10, depending on how you were printing. So if you wanted to do one upper, one lower, you were already almost $20 just for the 3D printing. With FDM, it was 0.3, $0.2 per arch. So everything else for doing the tray in the hospital was cheap. So I was able to do a liner quite a lot. Like the picture you see with the box, it was 130 patients started in 6 months. So like really a relatively big quantity. And here I was kind of shocked at the time, not shocked, but I was kind of surprised to discover that in fact in-house was working because the US had the equipment, better equipment than me for a relatively long time. They had massive experience with Aligner, with Invisalign, and they were not showing anything. And when I used, I had results. So I was very happy, but honestly, I was not expecting it to work so well. So I started case were really basic. So I use the aligner for finishing the fixed appliance treatment. So like increasing the bite, very easy to do. Settling the bite, also relatively easy to do with a liner. I can see that my first case, because of the attachment, I had attachment everywhere, like I learned with the Invisalign course, so I was duplicating what they were doing. Bite settling, I use it for finishing my lingual case because I discovered that finishing with a liner was in fact very easy. So one of the last case I did there, where I used lingual for doing the big correction, it was 6 months. It was 6 months with braces, and after 3 months with aligner. And before only with 2D, the first phase was easy, but really the finishing, still thinking about it, it would have been stripping and trying. I mean, it would have been complicated. But with aligner, it was very easy to finish my lingual case. So I was very happy. And I also started to do paying case with aligner. And also, I was kind of surprised, not by the result, but by the fact when was thinking about it, if I had wanted to do this with braces, I would not have been able to do this in 2 or 3 months. Uh, it's almost like we needed 1 more month for finishing, but with braces, it would have been 6 months. And in fact, my cost of material with braces plus time on the chair would have been more expensive to do this case with braces than with a liner. But notice that all the cases are relatively easy. So we start with the first tip, really important tip, production. It has to be low price. There is no way you are going to make it work if you are not low price. And you have to be in the laboratory because that's really the main cost. So if you are not yourself in the laboratory, testing the option, testing the production protocol, you are not going to be able to control the cost. And especially because the option, like when you are going to see for buying your material, buying your plastic, the most advertised option are usually the most expensive. That's why they can do marketing because they make enough money to pay for marketing. And just to illustrate, so when you do in-house, the longer the treatment, the more the cost of the lab is important. So me, when I calculate the cost per month. So if you need $100 for doing 1 month of aligner treatment, that's $2,400 in 2 years. It's $6,000 in 5 years, and Invisalign is a lot cheaper than this. And this value of $100 for 1 month of treatment is not out of my head, but I spoke with orthodontists in different countries, and the last three I spoke with in Canada were above this number only for the material. Even before they start to do the aligner, they give the technician to do the aligner. Cost of the software because they were paying per use, cost of the plastic, cost of the printing, they were above $100 per month, meaning like what's the point of doing in-house? $50, you are still kind of in the range of Invisalign, meaning it will be difficult. Difficult to make a benefit. And sorry, uh, cannot move this. Thank you. The good range have to be, if you want to be really successful, 1 month of treatment have to cost you around $15 per month, $20 per month at most. Then if you need to do a treatment for 2 years, it's $360. It's very manageable. And if you have a case, because you have case who start to last very long, even in 5 years, you are at $900 of cost of material. And this work in TFA and DPM, meaning you use thermoforming or you 3D print the aligner yourself, you reach this cost with the two techniques. Okay, so that's also you are really that has to be your goal. Okay, uh, so clinical for learning, really the best way of learning is just to finish your fixed appliance treatment with a liner because you control the type of movement you are going to do. There is no pressure from the patient because you can say, okay, we remove the braces, we finish with a liner, and if it's a teenager, they don't wear the aligner, well, we put back the braces for free. Something you can do something like this, so there is really no pressure. Really do not start paying case right away. You must be able to deliver when you start to do something like paying case. And do not start overcomplicated because overcomplicated, if you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the experience, you are really going to make the treatment last and your cost will be huge. Okay. So really the first thing, train in aligner mechanic like books, course, Invisalign course, and on production. You have to be stable on these two fronts, knowing how to work with plastic, even if only book knowledge, and being able to produce the aligner consistently at a relatively low price. Okay. Then I moved to Vietnam. Or all of a sudden, I had a lot more case to do and more complicated case because Vietnam, I was working for a group who had like a lot of clinic, so the volume were higher. And second tip for production, it's what I tell you, the rule do not change when you scale like you still, the more you do, the more you have to be in the lab yourself. You have to know what the technicians are doing. You have to be able to troubleshoot. You have to know when they change material. You have to know what are the new techniques. You have to be ready to be invested in the lab and just some number because when you start volume, you are not thinking about it. But if you do 1,500 tray a month, which is 50 tray a month, which is not that much, in fact, to be honest. If you produce at $2 per tray, it's 3,000. At $10 per tray, per aligner, which will be considered cheap in Europe and in the US by most people who do it now. They will tell you, oh, you are very, very cheap. It's still $50,000 per month of so it's not nothing. Efficiency is very important because the more volume you have, the more you have to manage. If you have a lab with two employees, one employee is sick, then all of a sudden the production is going to go down. So you must have protocol in place to manage this kind of situation. So really be in the lab and control the lab. So clinically, so as you see, I started to do more complicated case. So crowding, with spacing, you still see a lot of attachment. Not so simple alignment. Here, this both case, it was 6 months picture, progression picture. So you see that really compared to the first case I saw you in Cambodia, I went up in the difficulty ladder. Spacing, closing spaces. The case at the bottom I like it because this case I had told the patient it would be 1 year, 2 year, and we finished in 4 months. And the patient was not happy because she was thinking we cheated her because in 4 months it was finished. We had to do it was preparation before doing veneer. One of the first case where I started to introduce directly the incisor right at the start of treatment and where I had to do a lateral superimposition because my colleague in the US and the UK did not believe that you could intrude directly the lower incisor. They told me, no, you extruded the posterior. And when you know aligner, intruding very easy, extruding almost impossible. So now they know it. Like now, if you look at Invisalign users, they know that intrusion with aligner work very well, but it was like 6 years or 5 years ago. At the time, it was not still well known. And a case I like a lot, I spoke about it recently. It was one of the first cases where I did an anterior crossbite with aligner alone. And this we did 2 series of 4 months because the patient was going abroad and it was in Norway and coming only he was going for 4 months each time. And we finish with a veneer. I discovered that deep bite case with anterior spacing was working very nicely with a liner. So here you have four different cases, and they are all at 3 months progression. All at 3 months probation. So you see, it's very, 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 very predictable. And this kind of case, in fact, will be more difficult to do with braces, whereas with a liner, like it's a beginner case. I mean, you have to know how to do it, but it's really not complicated. Like there is nothing. It's just move the teeth and the teeth will move. There's some compensation, but it's one of the most predictable case you can have with in-house aligner. Very hard to miss. But the thing, that was over 2 years, the picture I show you. But when I arrived in Vietnam, I was still learning and I wanted to have results fast because I wanted to show to the clinic what we can do. So I wanted to start a lot of cases, but you need to find the case who are suitable. So the solution, and I still recommend it, like when you start in house, you simplify the case with fixed appliance first. And here, doing 2D was a big help. Like here, in fact, it was a staff of the clinic. Yes, smile coding, but they did not want to do a liner right away. So I say, okay, we just give me 2D braces. We put the 2D braces. 1 month later, the teeth are relatively well aligned. And after, we just finish with 2 weeks of aligner. So this in private, you just do with a liner, but that's the kind of thing where if you can do a little fix before, you can really considerably not only simplify, but accelerate, because this case was easy from the start, but with a liner, I cannot do this in 6 weeks. 2D plus a liner, yes, we can do in 6 weeks, 2 months. We can have this kind of speed, but a liner alone or 2D alone, like finishing this with a 2D by wire bending, wow, complicated. Another staff, in fact, in this clinic, I did 3 staff. This one, she was front desk lady, and she had rotation of the premolar. And I say, okay, rotation of the premolar like this. You have to have an auxiliary, like nobody. I mean, perhaps some people are able to do it on some case with a liner, but it's very, very challenging. Whereas with a 2D again, uh, it's 3 months you almost have derotating completely, and at the same time, you have aligned everything. So now, this case, it's a very easy case with a liner for doing the finishing. We did the same on the upper. On the upper, we did not need as much time because uh, the wait, do you increase bite for correct anterior deep case? Depend of the case. We are going to, I mean, I'm not so much to speak about the clinic, but if it's for a liner, no, you don't need. If it's for braces, it depends on the occlusion. But anyway, just to show you simplification of the case, okay? And after, at the end, I will show you case like this. I do with a liner, and you see that I do it, but it's not in 2 months. I cannot derotate an incisor like this. Okay, with braces 2D and one wire, it was very easy. And after you have a case that you just have to finish with a few aligner, and the mechanic with the aligner is very, very easy. Okay. Same case here. It was our colleagues. They were working at the same front desk, and this I was okay can do with a liner. The issue was force free because the force free is rotated. So now for me it look easy, but at the time it was rotation of the canine is not predictable, and it's not only the rotation, but the teeth was tip back, and uprighting the canine like this with a liner can do it, but wow, it's going to take time. With 2D, you put your braces with compensation, you put the wire, it's the rotate, it upright the canine. It costs you nothing, it's half an hour on the chair. Then after the finition with the liner are very fast, very predictable. Uh, I check what question. Any expand? No. The clinic, if you want, specifically the clinic, we can speak after, but the idea I am trying to get you of the tips, it's the mindset you must have when you do in-house. More than really the clinic, the techniques themselves, it's the mindset. Like if you don't do lingual, you have many cases, like if you take, for example, this case, Upper you can do with a liner. It will take some time, but you can do. Lower, with the rotation of this canine, you cannot. So if you don't do lingual, you tell to the patient, we start with 3 months of braces on the lower for derotating the canine. It's not visible. The patient will be happy. And after, you do everything with the liner. It's what I am more the idea. The way to do this with first depend what you can do with braces or with lingual. Okay. Same, this case, the patient was a flight attendant, and you have this 4-5, which is stuck in this position. With a liner, it would have been a little complicated. Here, same, me, I did lingual, one wire with elastic to help. That's why you see the button. We uprighted the teeth, and after you have something, it's very easy to finish with a liner. Like you don't have to be a very good with a liner to finishing this kind of case with a liner. Same anterior cross bite. So that's what I told you. The one I show you first when I do a liner only. It was before this I had done anterior cross bite, but usually I was using this technique where here I put 2D inside for 2 months. So it's align the teeth, it's push the incisor, it's intrude them depending on the position of the bracket. So you put your bracket, you put your wire, and you wait 2 months, and you have this result. And after you treat this case was treated in 6 months because after we had 4 months of aligner. So this case now I can do it aligner alone, but even now I will not do it in 6 months. A case like this, it will be 1 year with aligner alone. If you have a first phase of braces, like you say, the patient, 2 months with braces first, then after you finish with the aligner. And now I have clinic where they don't do lingual. So the dentists there, they don't know how to do lingual, and I cannot help them. They have several cases. They start with braces for a few months, and after they switch to aligner. And you give the option to the patient. You can do like this case. We can tell them you have 2 months of braces and 4 months of aligner, or you have 1 year of aligner. And if you are with Invisalign, it's the same. Huh? For me, there is no way to do this with Invisalign in 6 months. Full case. This case I kind of like because I did a case more complicated, easier than this, and it took me longer with incognito. So that's the things you learn with experience. Okay. Anterior crossbite same, 2D, elastic, and then after you finish with align. So clinical is really this. Uh, it's not all cases are suitable for a liner, and to learn you must have the case is really the things I want you to understand. One of the reasons I was able to become good at a liner is I had the volume of case to learn. Okay. So at the beginning, especially if you are in a normal clinic, you will not have as much volume as I had. So a good way to get the volume to learn is first you start with fixed appliance or you do a first phase with fixed appliance. After you switch to a liner. That's the idea. Simplify with braces, lingual or vestibular. Then after you finish with a liner. Then I moved to France because of COVID, and I work with in fact, the biggest orthodontic practice in France. And here they had the best of the best. Like we had 3 intraoral scanner, we had three shape intraoral scanner, the very expensive 3D printer. I had like 2 software, like also most expensive. Everything was top of the line. And third production tip, it's what I told you from the beginning. It's confirmed like expensive material. Like I did not see really any difference. Like I work usually with an extraoral scanner. Meaning we take impression and we scan the plaster model, and it was kind of the same result with the intraoral scanner, and the intraoral scanner was kind of slow. And producing tray at $10 because I saw the result of with tray where it costs you $10 for doing a tray. I no, it was really the same things. Okay. And tip for Indian and in Asia, when you are in India, so really be careful when you see big names from US, EU, and also I would put Korea, Japan, but less. Uh, I confirm with France, like you can do 80% of the case with aligner easy, like really easy. It's simple crowding. Most of the cases are non-extraction. You can do expansion, and it will be stable because they are like me Caucasian, so like expansion work very well with us. We don't have a proclination, so we don't want to intrude the teeth, so you have a lot less extraction. But it's not the patient, it's not your patient bias, so you have to be careful with this. I only had two fun cases in France. So one first fun case was a case where I had to upright teeth. So here, to give you an idea, I separate the teeth, and it took me 4 months to do this with a liner. So relatively small movement. And I had this patient where we had to align and upright the teeth, and I said there is no way I can do this with a liner. Or I mean, yeah, you can do it with a liner, but it will be a 4 years treatment. And I did it with 4 months with lingual braces. Like you put the braces, you put the wire in, you see the movement of the roots, the quantity of movement you get in 4 months. Then after you have something, or you can finish with aligner very easily. And I did my first case. I had another case no, where we did a tray on top of a removable denture because the patient has a removable denture. If we do a tray after without the denture, so it's not comfortable for the patient. And if you move the teeth with the denture still fit, so in fact it was easier to do on top of the denture. And that's something you can do it with in-house because if your design don't work the first time, well, you redo a new design, whereas with Invisalign, you would have to be sure to be able to do this right the first time. So now I have another case, and it's not a metal base, it's a denture removable like this, and also it works very nice. So then after I came back to Vietnam, and then I was in a debris situation because I still my Vietnamese laboratory, but I worked also with high-level practice. So in fact, I went back again to having a relatively high proportion of foreign patients. I have 50-50 foreigner, 50-50 Vietnamese. It's something like this. So first production, I insist like this because really that's the thing that I never see the dentist focus. Like when I was in France, it was amazing because biggest orthodontic practice in France. So you had a lot of orthodontists. Big lab was 8 employees plus we had another lab in another practice, and the orthodontists were never in the laboratory. They did not want to. They did not want to be interested. Uh, And the thing is, if you don't know about the new material, you are going to miss things, and things like the first price of yesterday is tomorrow expensive option, which is the case with my 3D printer. If you remember, I told you in Cambodia about this one, the one you see at the back, so the orange and black one. At the time, it was considered comme being dirt cheap. It was $700 in kit. You assemble yourself, compared to something for dentists who was $10,000. And now when we had to buy more printer, in fact, I realized that the Prusa, it's now assembled, it's $1,000. It's 2 times or 3 times more expensive than the Elegoo, who do exactly the same thing, but with a bigger surface. So now we switch from, I mean, we don't buy new Prusa, we are buying the one which is a lot cheaper, and we get the same result for cheaper. And one good rule, it's a reliable distributor is better than a cheaper and unreliable one. Very important, especially I think in India is the same. Like the supplier are not as reliable, so you really focus on finding someone you know you can order the same product in a relatively high quantity, rather than have to switch from one product to another because after it's make trouble in the lab. And I never saw advantages for paying high price for plastic. Like I told you, you can have expensive plastic. And in fact, fun story, one of the plastics that the US was pushing the most when I started explaining, oh, it's wonderful, it's do a miracle. And it was and it's cheap because it was a cheap option for the US. It was around $5. I don't want to tell the brand. Well, now the wonderful plastic at $5 a sheet, you can have it for under $1. So just what I told you, when you see something expensive for material, quite often the same product as a cheap one, just they make a big margin, and that's how they pay for the expenses. That's how they pay for the marketing. Force production, so something which is relatively new, I am my eyes on because the cost of production are the same as TFA now. When I first look at it 2 years ago, it was really expensive. Is directly printing the aligner. And for the one who do the course with us at the end of the month, you get the graphic certification. And the other dentist who did the course with me is Dr. Viet Ohang. He do a lot of DPA in his clinic. So me, I do a lot of TFA, so thermoforming, because that's how my lab is organized, and everything is quite smooth like this. He's doing a lot of DPA. And if you had asked me 2 years ago, I would have told you, don't look at DPA, it's too expensive. Now, the cost of production, you are at the same range, meaning if you do 1 month of production for the patient, it will be around $15. So price-wise, it's equivalent. So clinical work, I do mostly aligner, segmental but vestibular, because clinic with whom I work don't do lingual, so more vestibular. And I try to be treatment around the 1 year mark, but I also start to move toward more aligner. Like I'm trying to do everything aligner and not to incorporate fixed appliance that much. Because now I have the experience, like most of the case I would have judged before too complicated. Now I am able to do it with only aligner. And the clinic don't do lingual. But when you have a normal practice, I will recommend you look at 2D, because 2D is very, 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 very cheap. Bonding the bracket in the mouth, you can direct bond. It's very easy. It's super comfortable. And even if you are very good with a liner, in a lot of cases, you are going to accelerate the treatment if you do some 2D. So the typical case we are doing around 1 year. So that's this kind of treatment. And that's not very complicated. But once again, if you want to do in-house, look at what you see, what kind of case you are seeing, and you are going to see that you see almost no case being posted. In fact, now I see publication about in-house, and I know the guy who does the publication. Like I know them. We are in some cases Dr. Viet Ohang. It's a very, very small world. We are very few to get results, and the one who get results usually they own big lab. Okay. So this kind of case is very predictable. It will be around 1 year. The patient will be happy. You are going to make good benefits. Here, exactly the same. Simple coding, very predictable. Simple coding. Wait, because I have to do this. Yes, simple coding, very predictable. And always keep in mind when you see a simple case with a liner, you can end up having to do relatively a lot of finishing. So that's why I try not to go for more than 1 year, because the case can become 1 year, 1 year and a half, and sometimes 2 years, relatively easily. Even with experience, it's the same. Like it's the same whatever you're doing. In India, I suspect you must have a lot of Invisalign case who last for 5 years, because it's what we have in Southeast Asia quite a lot. Sorry. Simple coding, very predictable. Simple, not so simple coding. A little more coding. In this case, went very, very fast. That's the unpredictability of a liner. In this case, I think it was 6 months it was done. More complicated coding. This is for a clinic who told me we want to do this case with a liner, and we don't want to extract anything. So this case was, I mean, it was not complicated, but we had to rescan, quite a lot. Uh, this case, it took like 9 months, if I'm not mistaken. This case was very, very nice. Here you see with a liner, you can really do this control reformatting of the arch You can also do it with braces, but if I want to change the arch form, I know with a liner it's very, very predictable. Uh, Simple space closure. One of the case I told you, when you have deep bite and the spacing, it's worked very well with the liner. And this case, it was done in 6 months. It was for a KOL. And we were looking for KOL for doing advertisement for the clinic. And when I saw this case, I thought, this case, we do it. It will be done very, very fast. We can show she came, and 6 months later is finished. And it's exactly what happened. This case, it's a 3 month progression. This case, it's fun because she went to a high-level clinic and they told her 2 years with braces. And here you see 3 months with a liner, and I predict there is a chance that it will be finished in 6 months. Now the space are kind of almost already closed everywhere. The thing which is hard to predict, it's the eruption of the canine because you have to erupt the canine at the same time with the liner. It's more complicated than with braces. Same spacing, crowding, the liner work very well. Big spacing here, it's an active an active retainer. So this one, it was done in 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. I will have to see, but she did advertisement for us because she was very, very happy at the end of treatment. I think it was 6 months, but it was very, very fast. Extraction of one incisor. This I start to do more and more. I would not have touched it at the beginning. Very, very predictable with experience. But typically, one of the case where I will tell you when you start, no, you don't do this with a liner. You start with braces. You close the space with braces, and it will be relatively fast. Then after you finish with a liner. Anterior crossbite, it was I told you now I do with a liner alone. Last time I showed you a liner alone, but it was easy case and case where I use braces. And then now for the new clinic, we do it only using a liner. And you see that now I intrude the teeth and after at the end I extrude it. And at the time, not so long ago, I was, extruding teeth with a liner, it's impossible. It's possible, it's a very slow movement. Other case, anterior crossbite, we align, we extrude. Also went relatively fast. This one, it was done in 9 months or something like this. The only trouble, the patient was supposed to do veneers, and after it changed his mind and did not want to do veneer anymore, so I don't like my finish. And the last case I showed not long ago, also impacted the crossbite of the canine. We intrude the canine, we solve the crossbite, we extrude the canine at the end, and we align the teeth. So you see, it's a lot more complicated than the first case I had done, but it still will be faster with a fixed appliance. And if you tell me that you can do a case like this faster with Invisalign than with braces, I just don't believe you. It's impossible. Okay, but can be done a liner alone. But don't do this at your first case. You are going to have failure. Rotation, correction of rotation. So this now I start to do it a liner alone because for the clinics they don't want to do braces for this kind of stuff. A few years ago, I would have told you, oh, you take risk. In fact, you can do it, but sometimes it takes times. So now I found new technique to do it. So like first I do space. I do space at the level of the teeth to rotate, and then I start to rotate the teeth when I have plastic around it. And it's work, but it's kind of slow. Like something like this, once you can bond the braces in 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, you have them rotated. With a liner, it's 6 months, 9 months, or it's still relatively short. Can be done. Rotation of the canine, same. If you remember the FO staff I saw you at the beginning, the rotation was a lot less than this. I did not want to touch it with the liner that much. Now I know I can do it. Just what I do because the canine are still have a tendency. You still have tendency to have trouble with canine, just with experience less. I warn the patient, okay, we are going to do with a liner, but perhaps we will need to have a small auxiliary in case the rotation is too complicated. And so far, I never had to put the auxiliary. So far, all the case, I was able to rotate uh, more or less slowly. So I still do segmental, especially for the correction of class 2. I think it will be the next things I will try to do a liner alone, but for segmental, for class 2, I still like to do. I will show you case after. Just a case I like to show. So the patient wanted to close the space, uh, close the space, and he went to see several clinics, and none of the clinic wanted to touch him with Invisalign for extracting this teeth and closing the space. Uh, so we did it first. No, we have the tray on top, two braces. We start to close the space. It takes forever to go from ear to ear for the first phase. Then after he disappeared for 6 months when he had 2 months of a liner, and when he come back, the space is kind of closed, but the 3, 4 came inside. And then at this stage, we say, okay, so now we can go full aligner, and we have almost finished the case. And the clinic did not want to touch him because, in fact, he's quite famous. I mean, even me, I know him now because you see it's his face for advertisement quite a lot. And at the time when we started, he was famous, but not that famous. And when he disappeared for a few months, it was because he was doing a competition on TV and he wins the competition. So he's a singer, and my wife is a big fan. Is one of his big fan. But for the case, I really want to do still fixed, and I am thinking about going full aligner, but I kind of like this option. It's when you have big class 2. So we start a liner on the lower, we put the braces at the back, so it's not visible. You can do ceramic. Once again, if you do 2D, you can do 2D for this phase. It's work the same. And then we just give the elastic to the patient. The patient wears the elastic, and once you are class 1, you switch to full aligner. And when you compare before after, you understand that there is one case which is a lot more easy and predictable to do with aligner, and it's not about in-house. If you do Invisalign also, if you go to look on the library of Invisalign case about class 2 correction, you are going to see that, in fact, the amount of correction they get, even on the case they show as being the best, is never that much. Okay, so I feel more comfortable doing like this. Also, the advantage is while you do this, you do the treatment on the lower and you align the back teeth with the braces. And here you see one case. I like this case because you see that the correction of the canine take a long time. Like there is not so much movement, and you know the patient was wearing the elastic very well because you see that on the opposite, on the lower arch, you have a lot of movement with the aligner. Okay, so when you see the quantity of movement you get with braces and class 2 elastic, what do you think you will have gotten if you had gone with aligner for doing the desalization? Aligner, you can only get less movement than with braces. Braces is like the most optimal movement, like the braces are on the teeth all the time, they transmit the force. So that's why I kind of don't, I still want to do my braces for aligner for this kind of stuff. Very big tips for the one who want to do in-house. If you have one thing, like you say, okay, I want to do in-house, but I don't want to invest a lot, I don't want to do anything complicated. Intrusion is really easy with a liner like this. Almost impossible to miss an intrusion case. It's like extrusion with braces. With braces, extrusion you have it by default. With a liner, intrusion it's almost by default. So a case I like, it was for a GP in another clinic, and she wanted to do a pre-prosthetic before doing the crown on her implant, and she asked me to do intrusion of 3 teeth at once. And we did intrusion of 3 teeth at once, and it was very predictable. And after, she wanted to use a liner for doing other things, but very predictable. Okay, you don't have here a case where we wanted to do a pre-aligner treatment before bonding the braces, and you see the level of intrusion we get in 3 months or something like this. And when I show the case, you had US orthodontists say, "Oh, why you use a liner?" because for me, it's very cheap to produce. No, I am not, it's not $100 per month, so I can do it. In fact, it's cheaper to do than braces. And now bonding the braces would be easier. The case is simplified. But there is nothing magical. Like a beginner, you have the software, you just intrude, and you will get the same result. Okay, it's very, very predictable. Same, at one point, they asked me to do this for a cleft palate patient. It was when I was doing NAM. So we were doing 3D printing of NAM for cleft palate baby. And they asked me, oh, can we have a case with a teenager? I said, yeah, no trouble. And we started to intrude with a liner. And you see lower and upper, everything is intruding very, very well. Okay. And in this case, they were not even following the time I was asking them for each shot. Okay, so clinical tip type 5. The most important factor we're developing in-house is really to minimize failure. So an example is when we do the course, we do one free case for you, meaning you bring a case for a liner and we do all the work for you, the setup, production of the tray. It's just to show you that what we are teaching you work. And we did that for the last course, or one of the course in Vietnam, but I think it was 2 years ago. And one of the students, one of the clinic, bring us two cases where they were doing in-house because they were already doing in-house, and it was going nowhere. So they were not able to do it. So we did the work for them. Okay. We see case who have anterior open bite a little. This is after 3 months of my treatment. Nice improvement. From the side, she has spacing. The space are closing. Please notice that you have almost no attachment compared to an Invisalign case. And when they send me the scan the first time, when they ask for advice, you had attachment everywhere. Invisalign style. Attachment everywhere, and they were not able to get result. Almost no attachment, and in 3 months, you have this kind of result. Okay, notice please that 2, 3 don't have attachment. 1, 3 has attachment. There is a reason for it, but very, very predictable result. And same, second case was kind of the same. It looked like they started to an extraction case and were not able to finish, but same 3 months. Finition went very well. Okay, same, you have one canine with attachment, one canine without attachment. Okay, and after they sent us case, they did themselves. Here, I did not help them at all, their work. Okay, but the point is they should not have started this case at the beginning if they did not have the experience for doing it, or if they did not have, they wanted to try, they should have tell the patient there is a chance we cannot do it. So if we cannot do it, we will have to do to put braces to finish. But what you don't do is starting something without knowing that you can do it or having a backup plan. If you remember, if you saw what I did in Cambodia, my first case, it was very basic finishing, very basic treatment. And even after, when during the second phase, the most complicated case, we were simplifying first, then after jumping to a liner. And it's important because if you start with failure, you are just going to give up. Okay. Very nice case. Very nice case. Then last tip, if you want to do a liner for other clinic, like to say, okay, I want to develop in-house and after I want to do the treatment for other dentists, because most of the big name, in fact, it's what they are doing. Like the one I know who write article are doing this. In fact, they are like me, they are doing their case, but they are also doing the work for other dentists. And if you want to do this, you really have to know what you are doing and you have to be very predictable because the dentist, first of all, to convince a dentist to work with you, it's very complicated because they have their reputation. Like if they start a treatment with a brand which is unknown and this go bad, this will look very, very bad for them. So you really have to know what you are doing and you have to be very predictable. And I want to show you, like, in fact, I just get a new clinic work with us, and it took me like 2 years to convince the dentist to send us some case, and he sent us some case, but he was assistant. In fact, I had to show him work I did for other dentists before he agreed, and he just finished the first 2 months of the first series. So we sent him 4 months, and he just finished 2 months, and he sent me the picture. So first case, you see that yes, the teeth are derotating. He's tracking very, very well. So if he had sent me something where I had any doubt, I would have told him we don't do it because I know that any trouble and we don't see the don't work with us again. On the lower, it's also tracking. It's just that on this patient, we needed to make more space before really aligning the lower. And the other patient, it was kind of the opposite. You have less movement on the upper, but you have still movement on the upper who are in fact tracking very well. And on the lower, the alignment worked very, very, very well. Okay. And to finish case of the day, because I finished my presentation and today I saw 3 patients. So you have the progress picture of the 3 patients. First one, very simple case, 2 months. She just wanted to close the gap. We did a first series 2 months. I saw the patient. You have prematurity. So I did not even rescan. There is no need. Just continue on the old scan. We did a little stripping. The new series will be bring the lower in for removing the prematurity. Very predictable and a case where you do a lot of benefits. Also, we did the we did filming for advertisement with another call, and in fact, she do the advertising for our brand of aligner, but the dentist who do her treatment is not at this clinic; it's at another clinic. But because she was here, I still took the picture to see how it's progressing. So she's almost 3 months in a 4 month series, and is following the setup pretty well. So in this case, we began by stripping at the back to make some space, rotating the canine, and you see that the incisors start to align. And in 1 month, there will be more aligned, but still not aligned. The idea here is first you align the front enough to be able to strip at this level. And the last one of the day was this case, which is at the end of the first 4 months of aligner. Very nice the rotation of 3-1. So now I feel quite confident about doing these things with aligner alone. But this, you would have asked me 2 months ago, I would have told you, ooh, only with aligner. It takes forever. So that's the kind of things that you learn with experience. Thank you. Is there any question? Okay, so question. First question, any expansion device, doc? The way I work because I come from lingual, basically in lingual, quite often you don't do expansion, you keep the same archworm because that's the stable archworm. Also, I work in Asia, so we have